And hello again, here we are on a Monday, and I hope you had a really nice weekend. And we shall begin this weekend with the basic of expression. Like you saw, the picture that I put up there is kind of an expression on the face. Very few lines, as I love to do, but plenty of color, and makes it a little more entertaining with the color, I think. But as you notice, never covering over the lines, and if you cover over the lines again, of course, never redo the lines. But expression is certainly not the only place we're going to be going. We have ideas of concepts as well, where we use regular objects. There is a piece that I am working on and putting together for a showing. I figure, I could give myself like 2 years to have enough, maybe 10 painted pieces, haven't even started painting yet, that I can first bring out as a first showing. And the idea of it's very exciting. And one of the pieces, without giving away too much, is a concept of time. Musician, played drums 35 years. And I always feel like, there's this thing in music where people are often taught to, or the teachers have them use what's known as a metronome, a time clicking device, like a clock. And as we all know, clock's always losing time. A watch has to be reset once in a while because it's always losing time. So how do you keep time? In music, you don't. You just maintain the feeling. And that's my take on that. You just maintain that feel. Once you get that feel. And a clock, mechanical clock, can't get the groove. It's always going to be going too fast. Even the best, most accurate clock in the world will lose a second every 100,000 years, something like that. And of course, it doesn't mean after 100,000 years the clock just goes back a second. It means it's constantly losing time, very slowly. So it's not just keeping time, saying time goes forward. Not only is it not keeping time, but it's literally going the wrong way. So I advise highly against the idea of metronomes or any kind of mechanical device to help you develop what you already have, a feeling. So with that comes the concept, my bag is falling off, is the concept of using water to express time going forward, and to be a ship on the water, and many characters on this boat, sailing vessel, that express the idea of time being a feeling, not something that could be manufactured. I don't want to give away too much, but so that there's so much in art, so many possibilities that, well, let's see. Here's a picture of expression, of the eyes. Expression. And of course, that expression could be interpreted many different ways by many different people. And very simple, very few lines, like you know now. And a whole lot of color. Entertaining. Nice to look at. I like to keep the fun. You should be able to look at the piece, I think, myself a number of times, and always kind of see maybe not something different, but a little differently, or, it should have, it should be fun to look at, always. Hopefully. But then again, of course, we have the message. So we have the concept of keeping time, and then we have the woods, which is the schematic, a different kind of idea at work. So many different types of art to explore, and the imagination is free to choose endlessly what you want to do. And in fact, this one's called interpretation. And this, of course, expresses the individual interpretation. Everyone sees it a little different. Every time I show somebody one of my pieces, I'm always a little surprised. At least I used to be surprised that what they see is not in any way what I had seen. And what they come up with is like, I'm like, wow. They see faces where there are no faces that I was aware of. And whole almost storylines and epic moments described in something that I thought was, well, to me was something else. So it took a moment I was surprised by that, and then you had to, well, yeah, that's what it's about. And now I know going into it, when I, even though it's, you know, it's a piece that I made with a specific idea, I know going into it, when I show somebody, when I explain to them what this is, I know that I'm just offering my own interpretation. What's up, truck? Truck. Loud truck. My own interpretation of my own piece. I don't even get a say in what it is, kinda. So that took a little getting used to. And so we go forward. And let me show you one more. Let me see, one more. What's another one? Ah, abstract. Here's an abstract piece. This one's entitled Cubistic, as in cubism, cubistic wavy lines over abstract sailing vessel under peachy skies. Again, peach skies. Let me show you it again. And it's, you know, there's no rules. There's no rules. And that's the great thing about the art, is you could just do it as you feel, as you see it. Any person, you walk up to that piece of paper with your pencil or painting, anything you do is something that no one could reproduce the way you did it, because of who you are, where you've been, where you're going, your own skills, and so no one could repeat like a drummer. No one could. I've been playing a long time. A beginner drummer could play a drum beat, and I could not do it exactly the way he does it, because of the personality comes through. I guess that's what I'm trying to say. Even with the art, that personality comes through, and you can't match completely another person's personality. You can, you know, someone could draw something like another famous artist, but it's not exactly the same. And so any person watching this, whatever you do on the paper, if you make a single dot on a piece of paper, you know something? No one's going to be able to make that dot exactly the same. And in many cases, depending on where that dot goes, and the person who made it kind of brings the value, takes interest, and I guess more interesting the person's life, perhaps, or where they've been, where they're going, adds a little bit more desire to check in with that person and see what they're up to now, and see what's going on. And maybe you haven't, I mean, you could check out this art blog, I guess, not exactly a blog, and not see another one for another year, and decide, hey, I think I'll go back and see what Chantel was up to now, because I was interested enough in what was going on then, and the person seemed interesting enough, and I'm certainly committed to what I'm doing. All right, one more. This one is just flat out. No, this one is simple.